Alright, HadesOmega here. I made it back home safely. The Sauron is right there, and I gotta get it ready for another race maybe. I might be racing it tomorrow if I can get this chain back on there. So if you guys watched that last clip, I recovered my chain from the trail. It's a good thing like it broke down like not far from where I was parked. So.
Bingo, I found it. I think a bunch of people ran it over because it's embedded into the ground. I did bring a napkin with me. It's my souvenir for the race. You think I could find the master link? Yeah, definitely. I think the master link came off. I don't even know why you want it.
So yeah, I just hiked up the trail and I picked it up. And so it looks like the master link came off. So I think if I just throw another master link on there, I might be able to use the chain. If not, we're just gonna race the KLX. So so I'm gonna see if I can get it working. But so I think I was a little too hard on the off-road DB off-road 219 chain kit. I thought the chain like legitimately like this, it sheared all the teeth off the sprocket, but it didn't. It was fine. It was the chain legit like came off. All right, the secondary drive chain. All right, so I tightened it the day before, so I knew that it was and like I tightened it, so it was fine. It was pretty much. It was a little loose is what I'm gonna say, and that's how you want it, right? Well, it came off on those jumps, man. So, and I think those were like the biggest jumps that we were doing too. So, what can I say? so yeah, I was a little rough on that DB off-road chain. It wasn't the DB off-road chain, all right. It was the secondary drive chain. So, all right. So what had happened in that race was the chain came off, all right, and I tried to put it back on, and I thought I put it back on right, but I didn't. Okay, the rear sprocket was on, but the front wasn't off. I've never had that happen where the front came off, but maybe I was moving the bike backwards and forwards or something and it came off. Okay, so yeah, and then so when I thought I fixed the chain, it wasn't, the front sprocket wasn't on there. It was riding on the jack shaft. That's why my jack shaft looks all eaten up right now. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, maybe it was never on. Maybe the front sprocket wasn't on there. And if it comes off the front sprocket, it's very hard to get the chain back on there. And I was like on a single track, and you know, HadesOmega was scrambling to try to fix the bike. You know, that was not a good place to break down. All right, that was not a safe area. It was a good place to get your ass run over. It was a single track. Okay, so yeah. So what had happened is the front came off, and then I didn't know, and I tried to ride it, and at some point I thought the primary drive chain had failed. And so I thought, oh, that's it, game over. And then I pushed the bike, and then at some point, I guess the master link popped off of the chain, and then yeah, something happened to the chain where it fell off. That's because I lost it, all right. And it looked like a bunch of people had run it over because it was like stuck in the ground a bit. Okay, yeah, that course was fun. A little muddy, but it was perfect. It was hero dirt. It was a little muddy in certain places. There was like a water crossing. That's the first time we'd done a water crossing. It was like just totally like all mud and stuff. I've never seen that before. Like, yeah, so I had a lot of fun on the course. I've never ridden some of the stuff on that course before, and I was like, whoa. And there were some like places like you could like legit like fall into, and yeah, you'd have some trouble. So there's like easier routes and like, you know, not so easier routes. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so so I'm gonna see if I can get this chain back on there, and then we're gonna try to race it for tomorrow's race. But I think it's overdue for a new chain and sprocket. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? I put a lot of miles on that chain, and I think it's time to change it. And where's the adjuster? Let's look at yeah, the adjuster's pretty far out there. Yeah, it's pretty far out there. It's like we're about half. We're like more than half on the adjuster. So yeah, it's probably time to change that chain. It's probably just stretched too much. I hope this sprocket isn't warped. The sprocket may be warped. I'm not sure, but and this is kind of loose, but it's still working. So I'm gonna try to use it for one more race, man, and then we'll see. But yeah, man, the little bit that we were out there, I had a whole lot of fun. I was really having fun with this bike. I knew, yeah, you know, we were bottoming. I knew that the front was too soft and we were like bottoming out and stuff. I was like, okay, just be careful, man. Just ride it carefully. And that's what I was trying to do, man. But yeah, okay, well, good job, buddy. It's sad to see that we lost the race because of we threw the chain, man. Because we were doing great, I think we were doing okay, and we still had plenty of charge left, so could have probably done like 3 laps, man. All right. Okay, guys, I'm trying to see if I can get this chain to fit on here, man. But I was like, well, why don't we check the sprocket to see if it's still in good shape? And if you look at it, yeah, dude, there's a big hole there. Yeah, right here. It's actually on the other side. So I don't know what happened. I think when the chain came off or something, it bent the sprocket. Like, it's bent a lot, man. I don't think I should use this. Yeah, right here. It's bent right here. I might be able to bend it back, you know? That's a steel sprocket. That's hard to bend, you know? But yeah, it is definitely crooked. Now, I hope the Lunicycle adapter isn't bent. I don't think it is. So yeah, that sprocket is definitely toast. The good thing is these sprockets are cheap, the Honda sprockets, so at least I think they are. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can straighten that with an adjustable wrench. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It might have happened when the chain came off. It might have happened when I tried to put the chain back on. Might have happened when it threw the chain, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's really sketchy whether we should race this bike or not. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get the KLX, man, and then we'll take it with us. We'll take the KLX, man. But I'll see if I can fix this, and maybe it might last the race. But yeah, so that, you know, it could have been like that before the race too, is what I'm thinking. What if it was like that before the race? I don't think so, though. Yeah, I don't think the sprocket was crooked like that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that before the race, because I had inspected the chain the day before. So okay, so HadesOmega is going to get an adjustable wrench and try to bend it back, and then maybe we'll be okay. We'll try not to jump the bike. Okay, hopefully they won't have big jumps. It's a motocross race, guys, so there probably will be jumps. Okay, we'll see. We'll figure something out. So here's what I did. I held a marker. I got this big old marker right here, and then I spun the wheel and I held it. I kind of got as close as I could to the sprocket, and then it would touch in that one spot right there. So it's a pretty big spot. Like, all of this right here is bent, needs to be bent that way. So I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. I think it's just gonna throw the chain off again. So I might just race the KLX. I hate to say it. I'm gonna throw the dirt wheels on the KLX, and we'll take that. But I will see if I can bend this back with this adjustable wrench and see if it's okay. We'll put the chain back on, and then we'll see if it's straight. But I don't think it's a good idea. Hopefully this Lunicycle adapter thing is not bent too. I don't think it is. I think it's just a sprocket that's bent. So bad luck, man. Yeah, shit. I'm not gonna lie. After this race, I was just gonna get a new set of sprockets, you know, chain and sprocket for my dirt wheels. That's pretty much done, dude. Now I'm hoping the adapter isn't bent. I don't think it would be bent, because it bent like here, you know. I don't know how it bent to. It must have got caught somewhere, and then that's how, I don't know, even know how the master link came out. I hope my swing arm is okay, but you can definitely see, if you look in here, that the chain was riding on the jack shaft. Okay, see that? Yeah, the jack shaft is all chewed up. Not good. So, I'm gonna say, damn it, if you want to race tomorrow, you're gonna have to race with a gas bike, man. I hate to say it. Right. Okay, I did the little wrench trick, and I tried to straighten out as best as I could. It's still a little crooked, man. Yeah, and it's kind of like doing this thing too. Because, yeah, I think it might be bent in more than one place, man. So I think I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the chain on, and then we're gonna see if it's, you know, what it looks like when it's running. So, and then if it looks like it's gonna throw the chain, then I'm just gonna say we're not gonna race. So I'm afraid if we jump it again, the chain is just gonna come right off. That's what happens when your sprocket is messed up. Your chain could just come off, and that could be dangerous, you know. It could be dangerous and catastrophic failure to the bike, you know. All right. Well, anyway, we'll put the chain on. I got my master link from the Supermoto chain. Okay, try it out. Put the chain back on, and it looks okay, man. It was slinging mud all over the place. I think it'll be fine. Well, I looked at it. The chain doesn't look bad, but the bike vibrates a lot. Look at that. The whole bike is vibrating. Now it might be because there's mud on my wheel. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go clean the mud off of the wheel. There's like some mud. You have mud like here and here and here. That might be throwing the wheel's balance off. If it's still shaking like that after, it looks fine. Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna lie, the chain is worn out. Like you can like turn the chain like sideways like this. There's a lot. It's got a lot of side to side play. You know, I don't know. I don't think that's normal. Yeah, let's take this. I got this other sore on here, so yeah. See. This one doesn't seem to have as much play, is what I want to say. I don't know how loose is the chain. Yeah, looks about right. Yeah, see how much that one moves, and see how much this one moves. Yeah, dude. It could be because the chain needs to be tightened too. Yeah, maybe I could tighten the chain a little bit. But yeah, definitely I noticed when I picked the chain up and I was like bending it and stuff, I was like, it shouldn't bend like that much. The rollers and all the stuff, the pins and stuff, they're all worn out. So yeah, this chain was on its way out. It's like more than halfway through the adjustment, so I would think it still had some life left in it. But maybe I don't know. If you do that test where you tighten the chain as tight as possible, and then you measure the distance between a certain amount of links, it's probably worn out. That's what my guess is. This chain is like stretched like a lot already, and I put a lot of abuse through this chain, so I probably should have changed it before the race. So okay, new chain and sprockets, but okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm pretty happy with how the alignment of the chain and all that stuff. It looks fine. It doesn't look like it wobbles too much, you know. I think it'll be okay. However, I'm worried about that vibration. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to vibrate like that. So I'm gonna go wash the wheel, the knobby wheel. All right, take all that mud off of it, and then see if it still vibrates a lot. I'm not gonna race it tomorrow. Well, check this out, guys. Definitely not as much vibration as there was earlier. The whole bike was like, you know, shaking. So that just goes to show you how much that mud, you know, threw the balance of the wheels off. Oh, it's a lot, man, crazy. So it looks like it's fine. Okay, it looks, I rode it up and down the block. Maybe I'll ride it around the block. It wobbles a little bit. This wheel is balanced, so it should be fine. Okay, so I think it's okay. I think this will work. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It still wobbles a little bit, but I think it's okay. Yeah, I think that wobbling might be coming from the chain, but I think it'll be okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll tighten the chain to the minimum slack, and to just hope that we don't throw the chain when we're racing. But I think we're good. Actually, we should probably check the brake rotor too. Let's check that. Okay, yeah, but definitely we need a new chain and sprocket. Yeah, that I'm still not very comfortable with that, but for now that'll do the trick. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we can race with this. So I'll have to put the 19-inch front because we're gonna do a mini motocross tomorrow. It'll be nice to get the faster turn in from the stock wheels, and plus I'm running the stock linkage again. This bike is just all messed up now, man. It's gonna need a lot of repairs to get it back to the way it was before the racing season. But I think that's good. It definitely, I was like, whoa, man, it's vibrating a whole lot. That doesn't seem good. All right, but when I cleaned all the mud off of the knobs, it was fine. So let's check it out. Yeah, most of the dirt's off. So that just goes to show you, man, that mud, it weighs a lot, you know. So when the mud gets packed up on your bike, it makes the bike heavier, slows the bike down, it makes it work harder. That's probably why, you know, we didn't get such good range during the Virginia City Grand Prix, man. That mud, it weighs a lot, dude. And as you see, it threw the balance of the wheels off. That's how heavy it was, you know. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna go tighten the chain. And then yeah, I'll tighten the chain. We'll take it for a spin around the block, and then that'll be it. So that's the after Hollister Hills repair vlog. All right, I know it's after every race I have to do one of these repair vlogs because I break the bike, you know. But I have to say it performed pretty well at Hollister Hills until the chain came off, all right? And I know my jack shaft is all messed up now. Maybe I need to get a new jack shaft. I'm not sure. I think it's okay, but yeah. I'm pretty sure the front sprocket is fine. It takes a lot to bend the front sprocket, but the rear sprocket, not so good. Okay, so definitely we'll try to do this one race, and then that'll be it for this chain and sprocket. Okay, I might try to get a Warp 9 sprocket. Not sure. I do want to stick with the 54. I think the 54 is a good size, especially if you have a modified Sauron, you know. I think 54 is fine. If you have a not modified Sauron, I would suggest getting a 62 sprocket. Yeah, get a 62 sprocket. It makes a world of difference. That's what I'd say. Okay, but it'll throw your speedometer off by a whole lot, so that's the problem. But yeah, there it is. So I think I'm gonna race it. But I will tighten the chain. We'll change the front tire, and then we'll see how it is then. All right, HadesOmega. Okay, boys and girls, it looks like we're gonna be racing this Sauron tomorrow. Okay. I think it'll survive for one more race. Well, technically we got 2 races, because there's a heat race and a main race. But yeah, so I just got to throw some lube on there and we're fine. So I adjusted it to 10 millimeters, all right? You know how the slack is supposed to be from like 10 to 15 millimeters? Well, I put it at 10, the least, okay? It's supposed to be more than 10 and less than 15. Normally I adjust it to 15, all right? That should be fine. So what I know I hate to say it, what I should be doing is taking my stuff to the thing tomorrow and making sure it works, you know. This freaking light never... It works only sometimes. What's up with you, buddy? Yeah, I don't know what to do. Anyway, yeah, so good to go. Gonna throw some lube on it, change the front wheel, and then take it for a spin around the block and see what it feels like. And then I think we're good to go. So we'll be good to go for tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's got a lot less side-to-side play now. I think that should be fine. So you comment in the description, guys. Do you guys prefer to have your Sur-On chain looser or tighter? You know, if you make it too tight, you're gonna damage your jack shaft bearings for sure, man. But if you make it too loose, you risk, yeah, throwing the chain like I did. And I guess, you know, when you get to the point where the chain is pretty worn out, it's probably better to have it tighter. That's my guess. Okay. There's still plenty of adjustment. You still got about. Yeah, well, actually, there isn't a lot of adjustment left. It's three of the marks from the end. It's 3 marks behind that. So yeah, this chain is done, man. This chain and sprocket. Yeah, time to change it. But I can't believe. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I put it through a lot of abuse. So I put a lot of riding through it. Just because I did a lot of supermoto this year doesn't mean I didn't do a whole lot of dirt. I'll have to say what a year it's been for me in the Sur-On. That's what I'm gonna say, dude. And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna change the front wheel, lube this, take it for a spin, and then if it still has my blessing, then we're good to go for tomorrow. I just gotta charge the battery. All right, hands me up. Okay, yeah. So there you go, guys. So. Hey, it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of HadesOmega's fault that his bike wound up like this. All right, I had not been keeping up on the maintenance. You know, it's been a long year, is what I'm gonna say. I'm guarantee you, I ride my bike harder than most people out there. Okay, and you know, if you ride hard like that, you got to maintain it. So HadesOmega's been. HadesOmega was hoping that these last 2 races he could have squeaked by without doing any kind of major maintenance. Okay. And one of the things was we probably should have changed this chain and sprocket. Okay. And to change the chain is like really cheap, you know. But I think, well, definitely we have to change the sprocket now because it's bent. So okay, so yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah, HadesOmega got bit in the butt. All right, is what I'm gonna say, because he's not doing the proper maintenance on his bike. All right, so I should have changed that chain and sprocket a while ago, but HadesOmega was trying to milk it for every dollar out of that chain and sprocket. and I didn't think about like how much I had been using it this year, and I used it quite a bit. So even though I rarely take it out for dirt biking, when I do, man, I ride the balls off of it. Okay, so yeah, so I'm thankful that it lasted as long as it did. I did tighten it yesterday, and I guess maybe it got loose again or something. It's just at that point when your chain and sprocket are worn out. Like, even the sprocket doesn't look bad. The sprocket doesn't look bad. It doesn't look worn out to me, you know. But I guess putting a fresh chain and sprocket won't hurt. I'll tell you that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do it, especially since it's damaged now. So maybe HadesOmega should have used the tighter spec, okay, like the 10mm spec instead of the 15. Because I did tighten it yesterday. All right, I did tighten it. I did notice it's a little loose. Let's tighten it a little bit, you know. Well, HadesOmega maybe should have tightened it some more, but that's what happens. Okay. All right, so it's ready to go. I'm gonna go throw my gear on, and we're gonna take it for a ride. All right, HadesOmega out.